This code looks perfect. It passes most test cases, but in some cases it fails. And most of the time, even experienced developers write it wrong. I used to write binary search like this and I got it wrong too. And that's exactly why I am making this video. In this video, I'll show you why binary search looks simple, but most developers get it wrong. I'm going to discuss three common bugs in this code: integer overflow, infinite loop, and wrong result in case of duplicates. Let's quickly understand how binary search works. Here we have a sorted array, and let's say our target is 13. First, we compute the mid element and compare the element present at mid index with the target value. So the element present at index 4 is 9 and the target is 13. 13 is greater than 9. Since the array is sorted, one thing is clear: 13 cannot be on the left side. So instead of searching the entire array again, we ignore the left half and search only on the right side. So we updated the value of left variable with mid plus 1, right? Again, we calculated the mid and compare the element present at mid index with the target value. Target is 13 and the element present at mid index is also 13. So we found the element. And that's the beauty of binary search. We are not checking every element one by one. Instead, we keep reducing the search space by half. And because of that, binary search runs in O log n time, right? Now, the interesting part is, even though this idea looks very simple, developers still get binary search wrong because of small mistakes like overflow, wrong loop condition, and infinite loops. And that's exactly what we will fix next. Let's look at this line. Looks completely fine, right? Now imagine this: if the input is very large, in that case the value of left and right variable is also large, right? And when we add them, the result becomes even bigger. But here's the problem: an int in Java has a limit, an integer, right, in Java has a limit. If the number goes beyond that limit, it overflows, right? So the first problem with this approach is integer overflow. So instead of getting the correct sum, Java gives you a wrong value, right? Sometimes even negative. So in most cases, you won't encounter arrays this large, but on coding platforms, your solution may be tested against such inputs. And in interviews, you may be asked how your code handle these edge cases. So what is the impact of this integer overflow, right? So I mean, due to this integer overflow, the value of mid variable is wrong, and binary search start checking the target value on wrong index, which means wrong answer. What is the solution? How we can correct it? So the alternative way is, instead of adding big numbers, we first find how far they are from each other, right? So instead of adding big numbers, first find the distance between them, right? Now, then take the middle of that distance, right? And after that, so instead of jumping from both sides, we start from left and move halfway towards right, right? So we can write it as left plus right minus left divided by 2. So this way we can avoid overflow and get the correct result. So the second bug I have seen in binary search implementation is infinite loop, right? So I have taken many interviews and I have seen a lot of developers make this mistake. Let me show you the code. This is a typical binary search implementation. Focus on the while loop, right? Now let's run this code with this input and see what happens. I'll print the value of mid. Notice something, right? You can see the output. It keeps printing the same value. The code is stuck in an infinite loop. Let's visualize what happens step by step. So initially, the initial value of left and right variable is 0 and 2. So the next step is to find mid, right? So we computed mid and we get the value of mid, which is 1. And at first position, the number is 7. 7 is less than 8. So we go right? Now the value of left is 1. We assign the value of mid in the left variable, right? So in next iteration again we calculated mid and we get its value, right? So mid is still 1 and array mid is 7. So again we assign the same value of mid to the left variable, right? So what happens now? Nothing changes. Left stays 1, right? Right stays 2. Mid stays 1, right? This and this keeps repeating forever. We are stuck at the same position, right? So instead of finding 8, our program gets stuck in an infinite loop, right? So what is the solution? The solution is, instead of assigning mid to left, right, mid value to the left variable, we have to assign mid plus 1, because we already checked mid, the element present at first index, right? So the computed mid was 1. So the value present is 7, right? So we know the value at mid is smaller than the target, right? So instead of assigning mid, assign mid plus 1 to the left, right? So we have seen how this small mistake makes our algorithm stuck in an infinite loop. Now let's look at another interesting binary search problem. What if the array contains duplicate values, right? So here target is 4. But notice something, the value 4 appears multiple times at index 1, at index 2, and index 3, right? If the question is just, does 4 exist? Normal binary search is fine. But if the question is, find the first occurrence of 4, then the normal binary search can give the wrong answer, right? So if you apply the normal binary search, it simply return index 2, which is wrong. To fix this, we don't return immediately. Instead, we save the answer and keep searching on the left side. You can see this code, and also I have created a visualization where you can see what happens step by step, right? So instead, so instead of returning immediately, we save the answer and keep searching on the left side, right? So first, we found 4 at index 2, but instead of returning, we save it, right? So we save it, we keep it in a result, right? And then we search on the left side. Why left side? Because if there is an earlier 4, it must be before index 2, right? Then we computed next index and then step third. And after that, when we came out of the loop, right, we return the value of result, right? And that is the first occurrence of the target value, right? So that's it for this video. If this video helped you understand these bugs, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.